who is right now getting a bunch of mining exo rigs and a few other things in place for him in the area in the loading bays, or one of the loading bays, for him to do his magic.
Mm-hmm. Huzzah.
Lyrel is currently in the depths of this space doing her techno magic, her own form of techno magic. Well, everything is getting arranged. Uh, so well, everything is getting arranged. Uh, the lady will actually pause for a moment and look over at Benny, and will pull him aside for a moment before he will seem to be a little angry, but will nod and head out.
Yeah.
Apologies, your friend seemed to be a decent fit for a quick mission.
Mm. Very well.
Hopefully, he'll be able to come back with some, at least, very interesting and good reports. Now,
Mm. He's hoping.
indeed. Now, all right. The mining rigs and everything are right now in the loading bay. Shall we head down?
Indeed.
And along with any and all, well, not exactly pilots, but those who have experience with using set of rigs and anyone who's willing to at least learn how to use what did you call it? A cobalt?
Kobold. Yes.
Quite a strange name for a mech.
You'll see.
I'm sure I will.
Their designers are quite the strange bunch.
I can imagine. As
Mhm.
she leads you to one of the side rooms and you take down an elevator to into what looks to be a much nicer room, all things considering. As you come
Mm.
down here, and
Ah,
you see a cargo, and you see what looks to be a mixture of a loading bay slash mech bay. People running around and doing all kinds of things. People are
nice.
people are running around doing repairs, repairing drop ships, repairing mechs that look like they have recently seen field use. The standard what you'd expect of such a place.
Makes sense.
And lined up, and so the leader, moment, uh, the leader will lead you out here, where down here is moment, like down here, roughly like over here,
Hmm.
there is around 5 to 6 what seem like exo mining rigs.
Mm.
Exosuits with what looks to be some mining tools and what seems to have already been modified with perhaps a low caliber Gatling gun. A
Hmm.
few of them.
Interesting. All right. Let's. Veta is going to look over them a moment before picking out mm, which one's most damaged.
The most damaged one is actually the one with the Gatling gun on it.
All right, that's the one that's going to get the upgrade first.
All right.
Veta approaches the exosuit and pulls out what looks like a flash drive of some kind, except it's less a USB slot and more it has a bunch of needles sticking out of it that are vaguely glowing.
The people who are apparently the pilots of these things and also the leader are looking at you very confused.
You are the pilots of these exosuits, yes?
Yes, we are. Most of us were miners before we joined up.
Hmm. Wonderful. What I am about to show you is the effects of something called a PG liturgical code. This specific strain is a K class. What will happen to your exosuit, or this mining rig, will turn it from a simple mining rig, barely able to stand toe to toe with, well, let's be honest, me, into something that can level the playing field with the corporate mechs.
They all just kind of mutter and look at each other. It's like, really?
Now, first off, I need all of you to watch very closely. Do not approach until the process has completed, unless you wish to get your hand eaten.
They
With
all
that,
nod.
Veta approaches to the rear of the suit and finding some, I assume it's got some sort of charging or code update thing in it.
Yeah, it does. It has a
Right.
charging port in the back of the suit, probably where they plug it in. Probably, kind of like you can imagine it's like the chair that the diving suit in Soma is in. Probably how
Got
it
it.
works.
Veta
Just as an
will
example.
tap the strange glowing needles to the entrance of the charging port before they morph into a suitable socket or plug, and Veta inserts it.
Mm,
With that, the mech starts to glow, like it's being superheated. Veta stands back a good 2 or 3 feet as the mech begins to glow brighter and brighter. I would recommend shielding your eyes.
They
The
all
process
do
can put
so.
off quite a lot of harmful light.
They do so as the mech, as well, they do shield their eyes, but you see what you've always seen with these things. The mech being, in a way, broken down and reformed into something new. The
The
strange techno wizardry of Horus working its magic once more.
where the exos or mining frame was instead is now a kobold.
I will
Its
throw down a cobalt token.
its chassis is a mixture of dark soot gray plating, gray leathery sort of fabric in between, and blackish gunmetal bits with tubes and spikes of what look like superheated metal running across it, connecting to multiple large tanks on the back. It's a bit taller than
Oh
the
god.
original mech, but a bit lankier as well.
They all kind of just look at this, just like, whoa.
This is a kobold, classified as a controller frame. All kobolds are different. KP liturgical code is a virulent strain, to be certain, but simply, you will not see any two mechs of the kobold look the same. They will all be at least somewhat different. As this is the case, kobold is a classification of similar traits and patterns. The kobold specifically, this pattern group, specializes in area control and area denial. Veto slowly starts to circle the mech, wrapping a knuckle against the large tanks on its back. These are filled with slag polymer. When you mount the kobold and begin piloting it, you will be able to fire and create barricades out of this slag polymer. The kobold also has a similar control over their polymer that one might expect control over, say, a detonate, the control a detonator would have over C4. Kobolds specialize in destruction and the reuse and recycling of infrastructure. devour an enemy's broken tank and turn it into a barricade to protect your allies. Or destroy the cover that they're using to hide behind and watch them scatter, covered in molten slag and burning metal.
You just see
Kobold's
the
main
pilot
weapon,
for you see the guy who was the pilot for this one. He just smiles hearing all this.
Veta walks up to the mech and flips open the hatch before clambering in. The hatch closes and Veta pulls out the fusion rifle. Their voice is a lot scratchier and more staticky as it comes through the mech's modified, uh, essentially a PA system.
It, as you're giving this demonstration, there are some minor alarm. There's some minor lights and alarms. The power seems to flicker a few times as you hear from the rebel leaders. From her her talking on her pad. It's the engineer is just going, "Ma'am, I don't know what this kid is doing, but she's doing some weird techno magic."
I will check in on that after the demonstration.
Don't
Now,
worry, our guests will take care of it.
now then. The Kobold's main weapon is the fusion rifle. This is a weapon that was modified alongside the frame itself, bootstrapped from designs of ore mining lasers. The Kobold's fusion rifle is no less deadly for its humble origins. Burning through solid-state batteries to produce the necessary reaction, its simple mechanism proves simple enough for the untrained or for non-combat trained or even entirely untrained operators to learn. As tactics improve, the fusion rifle has taken on an iconic reputation outside of this sector and is a symbol of resistance against those who would seek to oppress others. Take pride when you wield this weapon. You burn your enemies with the fury of the broken and those who wish for vengeance. I will, however, mention this fusion weapon, while it is powerful, it has most effectiveness at long to maximum ranges, about 60 to around 60 meters. It can vary depending on atmospheric and environmental conditions, but do not attempt to use this in close ranges unless necessary. You have other weapons for that, such as the slag cannon. Veta holds up a hand and a thick stream of what looks more like molten plastic starts spewing out onto the ground. This is your slag polymer. Veta waves a hand and sprays a short, about waist-high barricade in front of themselves that rapidly hardens. It will generate heat, which will, if you let it, cook you alive inside this mech, so don't use it too much. But this slag is resilient to most small arms fire and can withstand even heavier weapons from mech-class firearms, or tank cannons. However, it is not impervious, so do not rely on it to shield you against everything. If you require more, build it. If your allies require more, build it. If you need to cut off the enemy, build it. You control the battlefield. Do not give up that advantage. Now then, I I will convert the rest of the mining frames, and I've already prepared a training plan that you will be carrying out in this very hangar. Am I understood?
All nod. A few of them like stand at attention and nod.
Good. Veta clambers out of the mech, converts the others, and then hands the flash drive off to Fernlease. Or Varnlease.
Yeah,
Here you are, ma'am. I'm going to
she'll
go
nod.
check on my partner now.
Indeed. Take down the elevator, and it'll be a bit difficult to explain. I'll have one of
I will
my I'll have one of my
I'll be able to find my way,
assistants.
not to worry.
Of course. But
Veta
but
just
if you
Veta
ever need
also,
some help, be sure to hit one of the PAs and ask for one of the Leaf unit.
of course, Veta taps a finger on the data pad she's holding before walking off. The training regime is on that data pad. I uploaded it. Have fun. Don't break anything.
Just looks down a little shocked to
You
hear
head over
that.
to my base. There's a Nightwing flying above a dinosaur blossom.
Oh god. And she'll just kind of look like a little like, wait, how did you before you leave and just disappear? She's very confused.
Subjectivity enhancement suite. Literally wireless hacking.
So, we will switch over to Lyrell's perspective. That's one
Wait.
moment.
What are you hacking?
Uh, it was just like uploading the training regiment to Varnleese's pad. It wasn't actually hacking anything, just
Oh, okay.
funny little wireless upload.
Yes. So, we'll go to Lyrell's perspective, and Lyrell, you are in your element at the moment. You are right now overlooking your right now you are in the zone, as many would call it. Just taking parts out, putting parts in, and just basically doing what it could be best described as techno magic to anyone who does not understand what you're doing. And then again,
I mean, this is a millennia-old ship reactor way past its half-life. This is technomancy at this point.
yes. To you, it does not feel like technomancy because you're used to doing stuff like this.
Lamau.
As a REM engineer, you're used to performing what are basically miracles. But you
And
are.
so you plug this bit into this bit, and then you turn this off, and then you take these little bits, and you just kind of want to set them in, but not too hard, because you just want them to, like, float there. And once they're floating in with them, they'll be nearly impossible to move unless enough destructive energy to just tear the entire reactor apart or to suddenly slam into it. At which point it's kind of a mute concern.
The head
But
engineer.
be careful, because if you set any of them upside down, you'll have to strip the whole thing down to start again.
The head engineer, who is this very old, wise-looking man who's probably been the main guy keeping this thing up and running, is just looking at you in just complete bewilderment and shock. Just, how the fuck are you doing that? That's it.
I was gonna host an advanced physics seminar tomorrow evening. Could you hold your questions till then? Also, pass me that winch.
He'll hand over the wrench that he was holding.
Thank you.
Veta,
Bang, 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 bang.
Veta, you come in over towards the top, and you're just hearing the clangs coming out from the room that you've been told from seeking directions. You've been told by a few people is the main engine room.
I see.
You're just hearing the sounds of clangs,
And
angle
the
grinder.
lights are dimming and surging in rhythm with the clanging.
You also hear the sounds. You also hear what sounds like an angle grinder.
What in the unholy...
I just don't understand why they put so much excess material on the casing.
The casings that make sure we don't die from fucking radiation poisoning.
Oh. What's the rad rating of your suits?
You just see that these guys are like fucking work coveralls.
Are you synthetics?
No. Well,
I'm gonna
human.
move my seminar to tonight's evening. Please vacate the premise. Thank you.
Now listen here, you fucking child.
Oh God.
I'm the head engineer here.
Yes, excuse me. Pardon me. Coming
Yeah,
through.
yeah. You just push past a bunch of people who are in the middle of
Fucking way.
either carrying
Yeah.
stuff or
And you're
repairing some
currently
things.
standing in a room with an open reactor in overalls.
Yeah,
I'd like to question your qualifications.
he just he just looks. Veta, you walk in and you see Lyrell standing on top of what is very obviously a very old ship reactor.
Well, not really standing on top of. More of her legs are kind of dangling out of a top panel.
Still though,
Uh,
the rest of the room there is a few other people. A very old man with a very well kept beard. That he is very gray is the best way I can describe him. Very old, wizened looking engineer man.
Gray.
As he is currently trying to argue with Lyrell about what the fuck she's doing.
Lamo.
As you see her with a wrench and an angle grinder working away at the reactor.
Lyrell, why are you taking an angle grinder to that reactor?
Because the mounting casing has too much excess material, and I can't fit the overlying bypass cables through the chassis.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to cause a cascading failure if you do that.
Nuh-uh. I'm going from the left.
No, it doesn't matter in which direction you go from with that. If you try to bite, you're going to be bypassing the safety features.
Well, I won't be bypassing them. They're sitting over on that bench.
He just looks over, terror in his eyes.
Sir, please vacate the area and put up some lead curtains. I'll
Also,
deal with this.
Orby just hovers over and hands him a little bottle of pills. Veta wouldn't recognize these pills, but these were the pills the Rem had passed out on home.
Ah, yes.
Please take, like, 3 of those and, like, a lot of water, and then just, you'll want to spend the rest of the afternoon in the bathroom. Right now.
They just all run out of there. The old man just hobbling away.
Lywell pulls herself out from the reactor. She's wearing her full suit and helmet. I'm sorry. I've gotten so used to the Union Fleet, enhanced persons that I forgot to consider that these might be normal people.
Indeed. Lyrell,
You know, that's the kobold.
Behold the Kobold King.
Oh my gosh, is that going to be an NPC in the Pathfinder game?
oh,
Oh my god, yes, this is gonna be an amazing NPC.
Because here's the thing, kobolds worship dragons. And if you have a dragon god, well, kings get their authority to rule because they're chosen by God. So if a god dragon just kind of gave a kobold a thumbs up at one point, boom, he's instantly king.
Exactly. Anyways. So I just saw this while I was looking at map stuff and I just had to share it.
Oh, good.
nice.
But so Veta, you see what is very clearly an ancient ship reactor. You're not sure the design or what exactly it is. This is probably a very old HUS design for one, but it's very clearly a reactor rated for ship use.
Lyrell,
Yeah, huh?
You enjoyed that, didn't you?
She kind of just puts her face in her hands. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's all right. It's all right.
I blame Jericho.
Entirely fair. It's probably his fault. All right. What are you trying to do?
Well, this ship is at least one, maybe 2 millennia past its reactor's lifespan. They've kept it going by just constantly rebuilding onto pieces as their integrity wears out. But I'm trying to overhaul it to make it actually last for the next decade or preferably a century. But it's requiring a lot of work as I can't just shut it down. I've been looking through the space's tunnel systems, and without this, their life support would last minutes,
I see.
and it's difficult because, pardon me, she dives back in as various silent alarms start flashing red and blue colors.
Myrell, you also you've traveled down a lot of this place, and even you have to admit, even with how ant hive like a lot of REM constructions are, this place is like overly ant hivey labyrinthian design.
And as well, it seems that the original base was built upon, rebuilt, parts replaced with not intended but still functional components, and that those were then patched over until now. It's hard to tell what was original construction and what's patching that's been welded into the shape of a pipe.
I see.
And then there's the several hundred tons of water putting pressure on the supports.
The what?
Oh, um, we seem to be situated under the northern ice sheets.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's why no one's found us. It's just too much for most ship sensors to get through.
entirely fair.
As well, it would take months of concentrated bombardments to penetrate through all this.
Or a few weeks of drilling.
So they
Pyro
would
nods.
probably see it coming.
Well, I mean, yes, if they had the proper equipment, but most ships in this part of the galaxy, I'm not sure about Union, but most ships here, the combat is just designed to kind of penetrate through the outer hauling, then make a big hole, not for concentrated boring.
Ah, I see. Union naval combat is far more relativistic.
Well, I mean, yeah, if we hit it with a kinetic driver, I mean, we'd probably crack the whole plate.
Yes. Ira, that's what I mean.
Oh,
Union naval combat involves two battle groups, usually firing super heavy spinal petajoule cannons or other super heavy spinal mounted weaponry at relativistic speeds. These are classified as low confidence shots, not
Hmm.
really meant to hit anything, but more just to gauge the distance and to test and probe. Think of it like fencing. The first few shots, these low confidence rounds, are feints designed to probe the enemy's defenses. Then, when you close distance, you begin firing your more high confidence weapons once you are in proper targeting range. Then you can
Orby,
fire your main cannons with
search
the actual
Union blink
purpose of
tube for
hitting someone.
fencing.
These are your actual strikes. These are meant to hit and take out ships and other, well, damage the enemy. Then, usually they either hang at about mid-range or it passes into broadside and they swing back around for another pass. Most fights are usually over just after the low confidence rounds are fired. or reach their target. By that point, the fleets have closed distance and they've already fired multiple volleys.
Uh-huh.
There is a reason we are so effective against the Ravagers.
Well, I'm not a military expert, but I've spent a lot of time collecting the salvage and doing repair work, and I would say that I don't think Hepspace has the resources to sustain that. Combat
Almost
here seems
definitely
to
not.
be more clusters of skirmish fighters trying to go in to take out an enemy capital ship.
Oh, they most definitely don't have the industrial capability to afford that. It's simply Union has a history of being very, very good at warfare. This resulted in very effective methods for solving problems. We didn't exactly have the speed to close distance and go for quick skirmish fighting, unless you're using boarding pods and strike craft, in which case I suppose that's entirely possible. Knife fight combat is just about, if not more dangerous. Was it
I
board?
got my magic deal pony.
Nice. Uh, Regardless, I believe there is the issue of you're attempting to fix the reactor. How's that going?
Um, well, I'm rather short on supplies and materials. If we could just get to the mech refueling supply cargo pods from the dropship, it'd be a lot easier. Currently, I just have the 2 spares I brought with me, but that isn't enough for a reactor of this size.
Hmm.
as
Also,
she
it's
as you're saying this, Lyra, you're like ducking in and out of different hatches throughout this thing.
just kind of like whack-a-mole, but reactor panel.
Yes.
Like, I've gotten it so it's 12% more efficient, but that's still roughly only at 8% standard modern day reactor efficiency. If I could just
Hmm.
properly fuel it, I would have enough excess energy that I could basically cycle it and repair different parts of it in phases. But currently, I need every phase running just to keep the systems up. I've actually
Yeah.
had to disable the defense grid, as trying to turn that on would just fry the whatever the power output it could currently make.
Hmm.
Uh, you
Interesting.
had suggested hit and run guerrilla tactics. I
Indeed.
would recommend prioritizing wherever the ref, wherever the reactor supply iPod from the dropship fell, or maybe the Yavin research ones are rather advanced. They should. I imagine they would have spare reactor rods on base.
Hmm.
BRB, I need to go use the bathroom quickly. Oh god.
Interesting. Hmm. Lyra, for now, just make sure it'll keep running, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So long as we do that, we don't need to worry about improving it any much more than we have, and we can focus on that once we get actual supplies to do so with.
Oh, that was okay. So the Paldex entry, Nightwing. Nightwing will find abandoned young and carry them to its nest, where it will raise them up as a surrogate parent. Once they've reached adulthood and have fattened up, it'll then let them out act on their own to hunt them.
Hmm.
But, yes. Lyrell nods. It should keep running so long as those engineers don't mess with it.
Good.
It's not their fault. They're operating under the correct principles for a reactor of this era. The reactors of this era just weren't good.
Yes. Well, in that case, Lyrell, perhaps it would be better if you also operated under those principles for now. I would rather not risk the entire base going without power while you attempt to retrofit it up to today's standards. If it's functioning, I suppose that is all we need.
I mean, it was functioning, but if you had asked me when I found it, I wouldn't have said it would last the week.
Mm,
They were more of operating under the principle if it hasn't failed yet, odds are it won't. But I don't think they realized just how diminished the internal integrity was.
I see. Hmm. I don't suppose we happen to bring any fusion reactors with us.
And not unless you want not unless you want to strip one of the mechs.
Well, being entirely honest, that Bismarck is more an eyesore than anything, though I think Jericho might actually kill me if I ripped the power core out of that.
But
It
we
would be
just
fun,
did.
though.
But we just installed the upgraded cannon model.
Lyrell, imagine the look on his face when he goes to pilot it and it doesn't turn on.
I, 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 I bad man. I will just pops back into the reactor.
Ah. All right.
Meanwhile, Orby drifts up and just stares with his one big eye into Veda's eye.
Hello, Obi.
And
Is
just
there a reason you're staring at me?
it just kind of hovers there like a few inches from Veda's face, unmoving.
Better just reaches up and pokes it.
Slowly drifts away as it goes over. Picks up a huge length of cabling. You can hear its thrusters revving up as it lifts it to the top and begins to screw it into a valve.
Interesting. Alright, Lyrell, just don't risk blowing it up or turning everything in this room radioactive.
I'll make sure to will do. I'll also make sure to instruct the engineers on how to properly tend to it later today. But you'll want to take a decam shower before entering the rest of the base.
Yes, I figured.
Hey, it looks like getting mortared fixed my HUD.
Nice.
I did look it up, and apparently this is one of the biggest bugs that the game currently has, as there's currently no settings for HUD or anything to fix it with. And but people are pretty sure the devs will fix it in the next patch.
Nice.
But yes, after about an hour, Lyrel would come out of the reactor chambers.
Nice. Yeah.
But I was really hoping that would work.
Hmm?
Fire arrows in this game actually cast lighting and whatnot, and I'm navigating a dark ledge. I tried shooting a fire arrow to head to see if it would briefly light up the path, but no.
Unfortunate.
I mean, the arrow lights up where it hits, but not its trail.
Hmm.
Hello, I am back.
Welcome back, baby.
Sorry that took so long. I just suddenly, my bowels just decided, fuck it now.
No, you're fine.
Alright, where were we?
Veta and Tyrell were talking in the reactor room.
I
They're
Lyrel
finished
has-
and Veta is getting cleaned up.
Yes, Lyrel has recommended that the first location for one of their guerrilla attacks be the Yavin Research Tech, or try to locate the mech reactor supply drop from the drop ships.
Alrighty then. So
that she can properly fix up the reactor.
alright. So as you guys are heading back to the Lyrel, as you are like midway through finishing up doing what you can to at least make the reactor as stable as possible, you finish that up and everything, right? And you get a report,
Yes.
and you get a call from your mech, the Blue Honey, stating
Oh boy.
inbound, ETA to destination, 1 minute.
Pass.
Lyrel stares at that. I left homing on.
And then you also get a text message from Mr. Bones saying, "Wee! This is fun! Wee!"
Text alert. Blue Honey ID. Text reads ETA 5 minutes. Alert. Text message. Sender ID Bones. Text reads Wee!
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. As later you realize, oh shit, I left the tracking alert on.
Oh no.
And Mr. Bones accessed my emails.
Uh,
I don't know
Oh,
which is
no.
worse.
Which is worse, that she left the Blue Honey on autopilot, or if that Mr. Bones now has her email account.
No, the latter's definitely worse.
It's worse that Mr. Bones has access to her email.
That autopilot was designed by... That autopilot is using software that was written by Vecna as he was getting eaten by Raw. She trusts that explicitly. Mr. Bones with her email account could wreak untold havoc.
Oh, that is true. That
Oh my
is
gosh, this
actually
pal's called Hucrates. I think, therefore I am.
Oh dear lord. So yes, so after a bit, Lyrel, you scramble through the tunnels. You actually, for once in your life, when you're going through through a bunch of tunnels and everything, you actually get lost for like a hot minute.
Huh.
Like, it is actually surprising to you. You actually got lost. And it actually kind of scares you, the fact that you were able to get lost.
I'm getting rusty.
It's more of a thing of, this place is just fucking weird.
What the frick? Like, what is this Escher esoteric architect?
but you're able to but once you get back to the one moment. Yes, the salamander, one of my favorite modded classes.
Salamander.
Salamander.
I
Salamander.
literally made a Doomstack team out of 2 Doomslayers and 2 Salamanders.
Oh god, that sounds fucking amazing.
Yep, it was.
But Lyrel, you scramble into the loading bay as the blue honey just flies in and sets down right next to the pair of people, right next to the 6 people who are practicing with the kobolds. Your mech just comes in, lands, and everyone is very surprised.
Limo.
It's like, what the fuck?
Lywell
Wouldn't
smiles at
be
them. Yeah, don't mind me.
Shit.
How did that thing get here?
Pardon me.
Autopilot.
They look very horrified. Okay. It's like the people who are practicing with the kobolds just look entirely horrified at the thought that, oh shit, this thing was able to find her. What the fuck do these people have? Because as far as they know, their base is literally is one of the safest places that they know of. The fact that Blue Honey was able to travel here is terrifying to them. So, well, you were able to grab the blue honey and everything, and are able to. Well, I'll just say you're able to figure out how to have it be teleported back to the place that you guys are using as your new base.
The radar station.
Yeah, Steamshin.
Radar station.
With you all. So we'll just throw you over here. Why is your thing upside down? So, the Benny is not here right now. Not here. He is off on his own little mission.
Issue.
Before he actually left Lyrel, he actually asked if he could borrow an outfit from you.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that. I wouldn't know if Lywell would have been able to give it to him because she would have been in the reactor.
He would probably ask someone to go ask her, or he'd actually ask her over comms most likely. Just Lyrel, I need a maid dress.
Lywell would have been confused and thought a moment and said, "You're about 5'4" Union."
Yes.
Huh. Well, I mean, this was for Jericho, but
Jericho is a lot.
they made the measurements wrong. It was designed from while he was in SAO, and they misunderstood, so it wouldn't really fit him. But it actually fit you, I think.
Sure. Just tell me where I can find it, then yeah.
So yes, Lywell would have had a simple Salvador bring it over,
Yeah.
or Subaltern, whichever.
Subaltern.
Yeah.
But yeah, he takes the maid dress and he goes and scampers off and disappears into the woods.
Alright then.
You guys are not exactly sure what is being asked, but you do know that it does, for some reason, it does require a maid dress.
Okay
Look,
then.
Lywell's not going to question what Union personnel do anymore.
Fair.
As as you and Lyrel are as Veta and Lyrel are currently in the radar station looking over the table map of the world.
Hmm. That's Lyrel, do you happen to have the location of that fuel drop?
Do I have the location of that fuel drop?
Yes, you do. Lyrel, you're able to add easily onto the map different locations. In fact, you actually notice that there seems to be like kind of a after you after you are log on to the onto
Oh,
the map,
oh no.
you're able to auto update it with new information that you find.
That was horrifying. Oh, it's still going.
Hmm.
Oh God, what did you find,
Oh,
Lyrel?
butchering.
No, a lamp pole hit a tree and bounced up. Unfortunately, it hit a bug, so it just keeps falling from the sky. And every time it hits the ground, it dies, but then it just slingshots back up to the sky and then falls down again.
Oh
Oh.
no! Oh
Hmm.
no!
Oh, it's
Endless
picking up speed.
torture!
Oh, it's picking up speed.
Oh no! Infinite torture!
Am I still streaming? Can you see this?
Yes, I can see it. That is actually terrifying, though.
Oh, I think it finally stopped. Okay.
But so one moment, let me open up the world map and update it with new info. Um, So you guys are currently at the station, which I'll also rename into being, which I'll actually quickly rename that.
Weed monkey.
What?
Weed Cat.
No, this is weed monkey.
Weed monkey. Lamau.
Like, give the monkey all of the weed.
Why?
Because it's funny.
Hmm.
Long ago, this pal used long objects like tree branches as weapons. After coming into contact with humans, however, it found slightly more effective weapons. Guns.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Give the monkey a gun.
Monkey with the gun. What will he do?
Crime.
PB.
Yes.
PB.
Yes.
You know what I must post.
Yes. Do it.
Hold on. I have to find it again. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Well, I am filling out the map. This will take a moment.
Yeah, no worries.
Does walk speed benefit things like mining?
Yes.
It should.
Oh, kinda. Yeah, it should. It also benefits in general. Your just general working.
I've got on such a slatto.
Good.
Good. Do crime. All right. So god. Did you post it?
Not yet. I'm looking.
Ah, okay. Alright. If you look at the map, the more longer continuous lines are major roads and such.
I'm looking at the map, and nothing is updated. Oh, do you mean in Discord?
Yeah, Discord. Yep, sorry. Not Discord, Roll20.
Yeah, I'm looking at the World 20 map. I just see our base.
Oh, wait. I forgot to put on the overworld. God damn it.
Aha.
There we go.
Ah,
So red is hyperdynamic systems. Blue is Yavin Research. Wait, no. Red is Yavin Research Institute. Well, blue is hyperdynamic systems.
ah.
So I'll just quickly mark that down. Yes, I see you found the castle.
I know. I'm debating relocating base.
Oh no. Ah, boy.
Because it's a castle.
Better idea. We move the castle itself.
Alright. So over here, one moment. So over here right now is the. Oh goddamn, that's way too small. So down here is the. There we go. So down here will be the fuel and mech part drop. And actually, hold on, I'm gonna move this entire thing a bit. I'm gonna probably expand the map later, but for right now, this is what we have.
Mm-hmm.
I'll expand it as we go. Yeah.
All right.
And hold on. And the specific rune for the Yavin factory is over here.
Okay.
And there we go. There are various other areas that you guys can, of course, explore and figure out. And the map, and so with how I have it set up, the map will auto update with you guys every time you find a new location
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
for ease of being able to backtrack and whatnot.
Yes.
Mainly just
Wonderful.
because I don't want to have you guys try to remember all that details by yourselves.
Yeah, you're fine.
Good idea, because there's no way I would.
Ah,
Yeah.
There it is. I found it again. The
Oh, of
object
course.
of my quest.
Did you find? Oh, you found it.
I found it.
Yes. Is that a
Is that a
wizard?
wizard?
He's got a gun. Bam,
Blam blam.
Wait, is that a moth girl? She's got a gun. The gun has a knife.
Hold on, I have to find that one as well.
I think I have it. Hold on.
Oh boy.
I remember I saved a bunch of the memes we made from Black Crusade.
Nice.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, I have the Cusco beer.
Cusco Bio, the Bio for Cusco.
It's the Cusco
weird.
meme. It's the Kronk Cusco meme, but it's a bunch of beers being drunken at once via like
Yeah.
a cascading effect.
Yeah.
I know I have Levy Chan, the Levy Chan meme in here somewhere.
Oh no.
Humongous Terminator daddies.
Ah.
Yeah, here it is. Is that a gun? It's got a knife.
Is that a gun? It's got a knife. Stab, stab.
Stab. Oh, Levy Chan, never stop trying to stab people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's one for the move. Yeah, here's one upgraded with the move. The Black Crusade party ended up having just
Is that a
moth
gun? It's
girl
got a knife. Stab, stab.
as it's being carried by this moth girl.
Yeah. Levy-chan was a sentient, ornate, like 50 cal machine gun,
They
and
got
it was
see.
carried by a moth abhuman.
by Moth Abhuman that had a master-crafted Chirurgeon disassembly table.
Yep.
Well, shit.
The Black Crusade game was weird. Tescus had a Gauss flare for an arm.
Yes. And Candy had the titty dimension.
Oh, the Gauss flare. Yes, I was looking into the neck ones. The Gauss flare is not the shooty. You split you apart by the atom one.
It is.
That's most of their weapons, actually, yeah.
The Gauss flare works by disassembling you. It just removes the connections between your atoms and molecules.
1 second.
That's how
It is a literal
that is how Gauss
disintegration
weapons
gun.
was. Yeah, that's how Gauss weapons work, Leia.
Well, no. Gauss weapons, like coil guns, work.
Oh, Gauss, I mean, or
Gauss weapons. Gauss use magnetic
I'm-
induction fields
I'm
to
thinking of how the
demagnetize and de-integrate your atomic bonds.
yeah, I'm specifically thinking of the
Okay. At
Yeah.
their most basic level, Gauss weapons can be described as linear induction motors. When fired, they produce focused bipolar magnetic fields so that anything the weapon is targeted at, such as a human body, will be pulled at the subatomic level towards the weapon. Gauss weapons will pulse with intense electrical currents, which form the potent magnetic fields that strip the target's constituent atoms, even as the target is attracted towards the weapon. It is a Gauss weapon in the way of it uses principles of a Gauss gun in that it uses magnetic fields to vacuum your atoms apart.
Weird, cause I had read a bit from a book somebody had copy and pasted that one of the actual books containing the Necrons explained the Gauss flare shot. What the Gauss flare did was shoot a wave of nanites that basically just erased you layer by layer, and that it was a different arc pulse gun that did the whole summatronic pull apart thing.
That's not at all how it's been. That's not a Gauss flare. That could be a different Necron weapon.
Yeah, that
But-
does sound like a Necron weapon, but it's not a Gauss.
They
or
do
Gauss
have
flare.
Tesla weapons.
Like
like Necrons do have Tesla carbines that their immortals use and stuff,
What the
and
fuck?
arc pylons. But Gauss flares, it's essentially just a giant magnetic vacuum that strips you apart at a molecular. It vacuums your molecules apart.
It's weird. Necron
Yeah,
weapons are weird. Most Xenos weapons are weird.
Gauss weapons vacuum your molecules apart. Or Necron Gauss weapons do. Photon Gauss weapons just shoot a big slug at you.
Yeah.
Do not get in the way of a transuranic arquebus. Will not survive.
Yeah. But anyway, so oh, wait, hold on. Gotta add text. All right. So the
Eh.
Yavin factory specifically lies within within the territory of the Yavin Research Institute.
Yeah, I see. Hmm.
Or hyperdynamic systems. That's what I meant. Sorry. You guys
Yeah.
are the station is close to the border between the Yavin Research Institute's territory and the hyperdynamic systems territory.
Hmm. Right.
Which is right here.
Yes. Um. We could. I think we should get to the fuel drop and then bring those back to the base, and then like Lyrel can get the reactor up and running, and Veta can do something.
Yeah.
Probably false flag operations or trolling on the internet.
We're trolling.
Don't worry, Lywell's been walking to synthesize more glitter.
Oh god.
Look,
More glitter
that's all she can really
bombs.
do for false flagging.
Hmm.
We require more glitter
Fair.
bombs.
Winter.
Yes.
Hamster.
If only I could find another Wooloo. See, there's 4 of us, and we each have the quest to capture 5 lamp holes. We each have that quest, okay? And it spawns, like, more than enough for 1 player to get 10 lamp holes. But the thing is, we started out with, like, 10 lamp holes.
I've already got that quest done. Like
Exactly, but it doesn't ramp up enough lamp holes for, for multiplayer.
that is true.
Unfortunate.
Yes.
But so yeah, you are thinking head for the supply drop.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm thinking of first going for the supply drop, then bringing the parts back so Lyrel can work on stuff, and Veta can go do some mercenary stuff.
He's going to perform a little bit of trolling.
Indeed.
All right. So. You guys start heading out for the supply drop. It is not exactly hard to get there, as Librel. But oh wait, one moment. Actually, before we get to that, Veta.
Hmm?
When you go outside and go find your mech, you see it's right where you left it, but something's different. Instead of your previous mech, which let me double check which one that was.
That was a sickle wing.
Yes. Instead of the sickle wing, you actually see floating there ominously a lich.
Or, well,
So something that seems like a
It
lich.
looks
It's a derivative of what you have, but seems more
yeah,
lich-like in construction.
yeah. Fucker looks more like a Calendula. Fucking SSC, fucking with my goddamn mech. Can't have shit on Pandora.
You can't.
Can't have shit on Pandora.
Can't-
Fucker stole my lich.
Fucking stole my mech and made it a lich. Can't have shit on Pandora.
Fucker stole my skeleton lich. Can't have shit on Pandora. Fuck
Jericho might have the right
SSC.
idea by leaving his in auto attack.
Yeah.
But
Well, that wouldn't have changed anything.
like Rel, you actually don't notice any different. That's always how his mech has looked, in your opinion.
No, not in Lyrel's opinion. That is always how it has looked.
Yes.
Veta has always piloted a lich.
God
Yes.
damn it, everyone's fucking with her mind!
No, it's not. It's called the lich changed the reality of time.
At some point
Uh,
in the future or
liches have this-
past, Veta has piloted a
Yeah.
lich.
At some point in the future and or past, and currently always now that it exists, Veta has piloted and is piloting a lich. Because the lich controls time.
The lich, in my own honest opinion, is probably just a blank space entity given physical form.
Or rather, the code of a blank space entity used to make a mech.
Yeah. Either way, it is some fuck shit.
Liches, most Horus mechs are created by like a remote upload of liturgical code to the pilot's mech, like the pilot who has
see.
been chosen. The Lich doesn't get any upload of code or anything. The Lich just fucking warps time. You no
Warps-
longer have a Nelson, you have a Lich. You no longer have a Drake, you have a Lich. You
It
no
has
longer
always been
have a
lich.
Metal Mark, you have a Lich. And in the timeline and in everyone else's memory, you have always piloted a Lich. You will always pilot a Lich. You were never looking at piloting anything but a Lich. Stop asking questions. You're having a schizo meltdown. This is gaslighting on an industrial scale.
Yeah. This is actual lore of the mech.
It literally gaslights you,
Yeah, the lich is a very weird mech, but it's really cool.
which is funny.
The mech itself gaslights you.
I would like to make a request.
Yes.
Yeah?
Can I make a psychic power roll to see if Lyrel feels like something's wrong? Not that she has any idea, that's just that she has a weird psychic feeling.
I don't think psychic powers would be able to detect.
But you did
I'm
say that
going
the
wrong.
Galvanon tails are powered by the Veil, and that the Veil exists outside conventional space-time.
That is true.
That is very true. You know what?
See, that's
Yeah.
like a
Give-
grit, though.
Give me
grit
give
check.
me a grit check.
Any accuracy?
No. This is just a plain grit check because it's literally just a subconscious thing. It's not even a subconscious thing, it's literally just a weird
Nope,
thing.
she thinks it's fine.
Yeah, no. Veta has always piloted a lich. There's never been any other mech that Veta has ever piloted. Why would your brain ever think that he has ever piloted a lich before?
Yeah, I don't
Meta
know.
just stares long and hard at the new mech. God fucking damn it.
God damn it, Horace.
Alright, let's go.
So, you all load up into your mechs and you head out. It is a relatively quiet and quick trip as Lyrel is one moment. The trip out there is relatively quick and fairly quiet. It's not actually even you actually pass over a few. You actually end up passing over what seems to be a small town around here. Oh, god damn it. I'm going to make that blue. God damn it.
Ooh, no.
Stop changing the
My
colors!
cat has the worst stats ever.
Jesse, stop changing the colors, Jesse.
Jesse, we need to cook, Jesse. It's gotta be blue, Jesse.
Alright, there we go. There's a small unknown town here as you guys are flying over, just UFOing your way around. Just
Holy jeez, my fox has issues.
Issue.
Look at all this.
Hold on.
Issue.
What, your fox really likes getting foul balls.
Oh,
Y- y-
why are you complaining?
Yeah, why are you complaining that your fox really likes to grab foul balls?
I'm just wondering who my fox is going out mugging all the time.
Don't ask. That is not something you concern over.
Okay.
Yes, you do not
The fox
concern.
does what the fox does.
Yes,
That is none of
exactly.
your concern.
You do not question whatever the fox does.
The deer headbutts to chop wood.
Yes, it does.
Fuck else is it supposed to do? It's got those giant ass horns.
Yeah. Oh god damn it. Why the fuck are you guys going through my house? You got more of those giant mammoth fuckers.
No.
Thank God Grave isn't here, else he'd set them on fire and end up burning down the house again.
Oh yeah, Grave lured a boss mom into their base thinking their base would fight it, and now the boss just started spawn camping them.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
The bonds at the base did end up fighting it, but it took a bit.
They all died. They need to go out and catch new ones now.
Yeah, I've had to bust into my own personal reserve.
Once again, Grave is an idiot.
But he's a
This-
lovable idiot.
Yes, indeed.
And let's not go too far.
Half the time.
Eh. Eh.
He's already been sent to Detroit, do not worry.
Send him to Detroit.
No! No! No!
No, not Detroit!
Anything but Detroit!
Skill issue.
Okay, but heading over to the site, you guys end up going to the mech loading, the site with the mech supplies and fuel and whatnot. And as you guys are approaching, you actually find a small group. You actually find what seems to be a small team of about 2 to 3 people in very strange looking suits who are kind of arguing over where did these come from? Where did these crates come from? What the fuck? You see, they're wearing suits like this. If you look in general chat.
Oh boy.
They are wearing very strange looking, what you can assume are probably some sort of exo/hard suit.
Oh, one second. I just realized I forgot to take the condiment down. I gotta go put this back in the fridge.
Oh no. So this is at the town, yes?
No, this is at the supply base. Or at the
Ah.
supply location. You guys flew over the town and just noting
Got
down locations that you notice as you're going around
Got it.
for later exploration.
Got it.
Yeah. You see a small team, about 2 to 3 people, in these strange what Veta, you can tell that they're probably some sort of exosuit. But the thing is, the technology on display is very strange. You theorize in the back of your head that there's probably some Yavin tech put into these things.
Right.
As they're kind of just looking over the giant containers full of mech parts and fuel.
Mhm.
What do you say, boss? What do you think these things are full of? I have no idea. Should we bring this up with the boss? Probably. Thing is, would she believe us? I mean, why wouldn't she? I mean, we salvage destroyed ships all the time. This looks like a cargo container from maybe one of their logistic ships. No, no, no. The marking's all wrong on this one.
Hmm. That is just staring at them.
I don't know why. I just imagine it's the fucking stare of that one girl from the anime about the girl who won't leave the guy alone. Goddamn.
Prolonged eye contact.
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 God damn it, I really watched that guy.
Anyways,
Yes, anyways.
that is. You know what I'm gonna do? Phoebe,
What?
they're in sensors range, yeah.
Yes, they are.
I'm gonna throw a fucking hive drone at them.
Oh god. Alright, let's see. Hive drone.
It can be deployed anywhere in sensors and line of sight. It creates a burst 2 field of gray wash upon, like, around it where it's deployed. Any enemies who enter the field or start their turn in the field take 2 AP damage, and allies gain soft cover.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It is a Baylor specific system, or a Baylor system mod.
Yeah, it's a...
But you can get it, like, just starting. It is the first rank Baylor tool,
Yeah.
but
Alright.
it is incredibly useful.
Alright. So, Veta, you load this up. Your Lich loads this up. You fire it out. And they are just...
I'm firing it specifically on top of the crates.
Alright. This group who are kind of like outside the crates, just kind of like walking around them, they suddenly just start screaming and going into full panic mode. Just like, oh god, what the fuck? As they rush out of, as with incredible speed, the speed that you would describe Lyrel when she's trying to run away from Veta, runs out of the fog that you've created. And they kind of skirt
At first, like a roiling cloud of gray fog, burning and fizzing, smoking soda water spilled across concrete, advancing with curious motion, stretching and snapping back, a confusion of snakes writhing forward with speed that betrays intent. Color flashes across the gray cloud, swarm luminescence, the light created by millions of nanites glowing with heat as they consume whatever they cross. This is gray wash, and it is never sated.
what the fuck is that shit? I don't know, boss. I don't
Sorry
like it.
for the delay. I realized when I stood up, I
Hello,
also had to
Lyrel,
go to the
welcome back.
bathroom.
No,
Oh,
you're
no,
alright.
you are fine.
We have come across more scavengers.
Scavenging?
I threw gray wash at them.
Oh, so you can do that. But I can't set off a nuclear detonation in a populated civilian center, I see.
Lyrel.
I'm joking.
One, these are short life, like controlled nanites that have no self-replicating abilities. Two, yes, I can.
Oh,
Or is
speaking
it
of that,
fucking-
Lywell did finally make those recycling grenades.
Ah, wonderful.
Yes.
Anyways,
Now,
yes,
don't
we
go on.
came across a bunch of people standing around the supply drops. Veta threw a swarm, a hive drone onto the supply drops to keep them away, and is now aiming at them. PB, one of them has a laser dot appear on their chest.
They all kind of look down, just like, what the fuck? As
Did we try the peaceful solution first?
Give it a minute.
as they kind of just all look around, and what seems to be their leader, judging by there's like there's like some extra markings on his. He looks at the others and say, "Scatter, scatter the corpos!" As as he raises up his hand, and strange green energy emanates from it as he shoots down into the soil, and and from it there's a rumbling in the ground in front of him as suddenly trees start to grow from the very earth below him as he runs, using the trees that have suddenly sprung up around these crates as cover.
Interesting. That's new.
As these three entities just start running in three different directions.
Huh.
If you look in General Slay, you'll see what their suits look like.
Oh, the people on their knees?
What?
No, the image.
In general, yeah, it's people that are basically on their knees, but they're strapped to some sort of leg mounts.
Yeah.
That's it's an exosuit.
Yeah, it's a digitigrade exosuit thing.
They're not on their knees.
No, if you look where the knee is, their foot is going backwards into that bulge that's sticking out, and that's an entirely mechanical leg going down. So yes, while
Yeah.
they are on mechanical legs, they're attached to the mechanical legs in the position of being on their knees.
It's weird, but it
Hey, why are you saying it like that?
Because that's the position the leg is in.
Okay, what does the position matter?
I think she's just over nihilizing it a bit. Is that what you're doing, Slayer?
Ignore the position. The position is not important.
Yeah, the position is not important. But yes, that's
Okay, the chicken leg people.
Yeah. But yeah.
Sure.
Yes, that is. You just see as this guy as these three guys just start running. Each in three different directions. What seems to be the leader seeming to shoot some sort of energy into the ground that causes a bunch of trees to grow in front of them as they run.
Interesting.
Huh.
What do you
I've never
guys?
seen that accelerated plant growth. Especially not in anything more complicated than an algae.
Interesting.
Do you try to pursue or what?
Lywell's going to look up at Veta for orders.
We'll reacquire the fuel and bring it back to the facility. Whoever they are, they're not built for combat, so they don't pose any threat.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are able to get the containers, and inside of them, as you expected, are the mech parts and fuel and mech fuel that Lyrel had packed with them. Quite a bit to last you guys at least about half a year of continuous use if necessary.
No, PB. These are highly advanced fuel rods. These things will probably outlive us unless we're like going continuous full throttle.
Yes, that's what I meant. But in general, the supply, but mostly when it comes to the mech parts, is about half a year's
Oh yeah,
worth
no,
of supply.
I imagine the mecha themselves are absolute power hogs.
Yeah.
Powering a base with a ship reactor will be a far less intensive endeavor.
Mm,
Simply because here's the thing: the ship reactor is bigger, and because it's bigger, it can get a lot more effective use case out of it.
that is fair.
Yeah. But anyways, you guys are able to get the supplies back to your guys' new radio station base, and are able to use the transporter that is there to transport a good chunk of the stuff you get that Lyrel needs to fix up to get the reactor to the point that she likes. Slay, can you give me a hacker fix test
Yes, I can.
for the finishing up of basically kind of rebuilding the reactor?
Okay, dokie. Oh no, that's the wrong sheet. Ba-doop. It didn't walk. Oh, there it goes. 26.
Nice. So it is a very easy and not exactly quick process. It takes a few days at the very least for you to get everything just how you want it in terms of this specific thing.
I mean, it is just like Yaddle and Orby doing the walk.
Yeah. It,
Yeah.
it takes a few days at the very least. As the engineers, as much as they'd love to do their jobs, Lyrel, you just literally have Yaddle just basically barricade the door anytime they try to get in to do what they claim is their responsibility.
I mean, don't worry, Lyvel's given them plenty of homework. Now,
Uh,
normally the Lamb aren't really a culture that does too much homework. They're very much more hands-on experience kind of loading. But she decided for this case specifically, she'll go against the norm.
At least until they can get some proper rad equipment or something.
Yes.
So, yeah, you're able to get it working within a good few days, and you're actually very proud with yourself with how it turned out. Getting the reactor to as close to modern efficiency standards as you can without entirely breaking the thing down and rebuilding it from scratch.
Yeah.
As much as it hurts your RAM repair fleet heart, it has to be this way. As much as it hurts your tiny cat heart.
Yeah.
We're wasting like 67% of potential energy output. Yeah.
That's all right, Lyrel.
Oh.
But after you are done, Veta, you actually see that the place appears to be running a lot smoother after Lyrel's fixes. And primarily when it comes to power generation. There's no longer
Nice.
flickers and or weird sudden power outages, which the commander, which Farlise is very very grateful for.
Well, that's good.
As
The
well,
syndicate thugs keep trying to raid my base, but they keep spawning at the bottom of the waterfall and drowning.
Oh my god.
the fucking idiots.
That's hilarious.
The syndicate really are just a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, the first I think syndicate boss is somebody that Slayer wants to kidnap.
Yes, there's a glitch that allow you to capture one of the first bosses.
Nice.
And Slayer just
I
wants
don't plan to use
kidnap
any of the
them.
exploits you can do once you catch them, I just kind of want to do it.
Which, I mean, entirely understandable.
Yeah.
But, so, it doesn't take you long it doesn't take you too long to get everything working, and, Veta, you actually go down to the training areas a few times, to the area where those, new Cobalt, pilots are training, and you see they're already figuring out very unique, features, and one of, a pair of them have actually already come up with a fairly unique use for, well, this actually came up with a fairly unique use, creating, actually with a fairly unique use, uh, tunnel rat strategies.
Hmm?
Basically, they come up with a scenario where they basically use the polymer to create a kind of, obstacle course.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, using the ability to create and destroy, structures to basically bore underneath an enemy target
Mm,
and
nice.
create pitfall traps and shit.
That's clever.
One of them actually even comments that this is one of the old strategies from the mine he actually worked at before he joined the resistance front.
Hmm.
One of the primary
Nice.
strategies that his mind used, primarily because corpos really were fucking idiots when it came to trying to crack down on people who literally lived inside of a mine shaft for half their life.
Yeah.
They always skipped out on structural reinforcements.
Yeah.
He actually does wonder if this, like, are all corpos idiots when it comes to understanding how a mine works?
Yes, they are.
Also, Grave, I know exactly which thing you were referencing with the thing.
Huh?
With the Ungratefuls.
Yeah.
I know exactly which module you're referencing, and I fucking loved it. That module is actually really interesting and really cool.
Yeah, Karakan Baronies. Free Sanjak, bitch.
But
Do not ask how Free Sanjak exists. Its existence is tenuous at best. It just does.
it
Don't
just
ask
does.
how it hangs on the edge of a black hole. It's fine.
Yes, do not question it.
Don't worry. It's entirely fine.
There is no
Don't ask.
I
Warren
was
Bossing
recently
say.
reading an article about how you could theoretically achieve that.
I have no idea how you could, but yeah.
I mean,
Apparently, Free Sanjak is on the edge of a black hole.
The
It-
idea is theoretically it is an
Or near.
impossible, meaning by that same theory, there should be a measure that makes it possible.
there is a very slim chance. It's just that it's very, very slim that it could exist, but we're just going to gloss over that.
Indeed.
But anyways, but as you're actually also looking over the training, one of you'll actually see as a very familiar man walks into the bay, as he recognized the face of the leader of that scavenger group.
Ah.
Oh no.
Ah.
As he walks in and reports to Farlise, "Ma'am, we're back from our scouting run. Sorry, there's not much to report. There was I guess a corpo supply drop and we got ambushed."
Oh. You again.
Lyrill's you said they were coming in through the door.
Yeah, they were coming. Veta is currently like in the hangar bay, like in the loading bay thing.
Is Lyrell there?
I'll say sure. She's coming up to see how these kobolds work.
Lyrell will see them. And she's just going to through. Nope, wrong button.
What is she doing?
Something very important.
Oh boy.
Just going to, rocket speed in past Veta into them to push them out the door and close it behind her.
He just looks over, just like, what the fuck?
Run, 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 run! You're gonna get skinned alive! Run!
What?
Oh, no, this isn't one of the scavengers from earlier. This is one of the guys you met when you're grabbing the supplies. Like the mecha fuel
One of the
stuff.
ones in the mech suit.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. You said the waiter groups and the supply corpo, and I thought you meant the waiter groups at the other waiter group who thought it was a corpo supply drop.
Ah, okay, I see the confusion.
Yeah.
They're both waiter groups who mistook it for a corpo supply drop.
Yeah.
No, this is more of a case of this is some
These are PLF
yeah.
scavengers.
Yeah, these are guys who are working for the PLF.
Okay.
It's just that they got very confused because of because they were currently out in the field when you guys were.
Okay, I
brought
mistook them
into
for the
the
group
place.
that Veta said that she was gonna skin alive.
Oh yeah, no, that is completely understandable though.
That will still happen.
I know, which is why Lywell was trying to intervene.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fair.
that is very fair. Oh god damn it! Not the suicide chicken.
So my apologies.
You're fine. But anyways,
Suicide chicken.
Oh, don't worry, they all died at the base of the waterfall. I don't know why it's so hard to raid my base.
I think the AI doesn't know how to deal with your specific thing. But that's just a personal theory, I guess. But yeah. The guy will kind of look to you, Veta, very confused. It's like, do I know you?
No, we were not introduced. I do hope the Grey Wash didn't singe you too badly, though.
He kind of thinks for a moment. Wait a minute.
Those were our supplies. If I'd known you were PLF, I wouldn't have fired. My apologies.
Oh, right, I haven't introduced you to the Leaf units.
No, you have not.
Well, that was something I meant to do, but, well, trying to manage all this, sometimes you forget something. But she will, she will take you, she will, she will kind of move her hand over to the guy. Well, this is Commander Egon of the Leaf Brigade, as we like to call them. They are scouts. They are a reconnaissance and intel gathering force for the most part, with
Indeed.
a very big specialization on primarily gathering field info. But if I'm reading this report correct, you've also seen what they're also good for.
I see. Well,
Yes.
I am Veta. I'll be assisting the PLF and helping them take their planet back. It's a pleasure to meet you.
He will extend a hand. Well, it's good to meet you as well. And as much as I'd like to say that it didn't leave too much of a mark, that would be a lie.
I apologize.
My leaf suit's gonna be out of commission for at least a few days. Used
My
a
apologies about that.
bit too much energy on that little trick.
Yes. I have a question. How did you manage that?
Oh, it's I don't know the exact science behind it, but the leaf suit's able to reinvigorate life force into stuff.
Hmm.
It's a weird thing. As far as I understand, it's some Yavin tech that we found.
I
The
see.
main issue with it's as useful as it is, I can't exactly use it all the time. It's a weird balancing act.
See. I see.
Yavin technology?
Interesting.
He just kind of
Ah,
backs. He
yes.
just kind of yelps as he backs up and looks to Lyrel. How did you get there?
Commander Egon, this is Lyrel. He's our resident Yavin technology expert.
I I see. As he looks down
Yes,
at
yes, I know
Lyrel.
she. Yes, yes, I know she looks like a child. She's 30 years old.
How the
I'm sure
fuck?
she'd be closer to her mid-30s by this point.
Yeah, but she'll just. He just kind of looks down, just like, how is that? How are you in your 30s? You don't look taller than my daughter.
The wonders of advanced medical technology. Also a rapidly, also incredibly resilient D and RNA strands.
I see.
Reduced rate of cellular degeneration through cell replication.
I see. That is far past my own pay grade when it comes to information. But
She ages slower than you or I would. Well,
ah,
no, she ages slower than you would. I age slower than everyone in this room.
all right then.
Don't. You wouldn't understand it.
I don't at all, and I will not ask any questions. But what were you wanting to know? He looks down at Lyrel.
You mentioned Flora-based Yavin technologies?
Well, it's not flora based, but how was it explained? In essence, it manipulates life force. Is the best way I can explain it.
Oh.
The best way I can explain it is that it's able to manipulate the life force of, well, in essence, any living thing and store it, allowing me to transfer it when necessary into other life forms. It's weird.
Uh-huh. And
Hmm.
do you have this device on you?
No, it's part of the leaf suit.
Huh. And the leaf suit's what he's currently wearing?
No, he's out of the suit right now. He's currently he has like the pants and jacket like in the image I showed. But all the
Okay.
metal and like the thing on the left arm, that's not there right now.
Okay.
My leaf suit is currently getting repaired.
Hmm.
Is Lywell able to see it in the hangar?
No, actually. It doesn't seem like the leaf suits are repaired here in the hangar.
Again, I apologize about the dry wash.
No, it's fine. I take it that you thought we were just some normal scavengers.
Well, that and wasn't really interested in arguing with a bunch of people over my fuel.
No, that's completely understandable.
Yes.
Trust me, I've had much weirder things. Well, more weird arguments more than anything.
Where
That is
are
true.
the leaf suits maintained?
Why do you want to know?
I'm something of an expert on Yavin technology.
Hmm. Commander? Well, I don't see why not, so long as she doesn't try to take one apart.
Lyra,
She's avoiding eye contact.
Lyra,
So
I'll put it back together.
Lyra, look at me.
please don't try to
She
take them
slowly
apart.
takes off her helmet.
Please
Lyra,
don't try to take it apart. Those things
look
are
at me.
difficult to make.
She is.
Veta does the, like, I've got my eye on you gesture. Surface level examination only. If you take it apart and you don't put it back together exactly as it was, I'm going to take you off of mech duty for a week.
It's sputtered cat noises before, with a defeated sigh and very slumped shoulders, she nods.
Thank you. Now go play, right?
Can I use my previous get somewhere quickly for this instead?
Sure.
She's just, as soon as she gets the location, she's just gone.
The
The last thing you hear as she departs is, technically that means we can take it as part as much as we want, so long as we put everything exactly back. Or we start 3D mapping.
Egon just looks to Meta. I better go stop her.
Good news. Either there's a 30% chance you'll be down one leaf suit. Good news is, on the 70% chance she succeeds, you'll have a much better one.
Is that so?
Trust me, the cats have a way of, if they do take something apart, they'll put it back together about twice as effective as it was originally.
Huh. Well, I suppose making sure that they're a bit more effective would be good.
I would, however, recommend just keeping an eye on her.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go do now. He says
Good
as
luck
he's
with that.
gonna go, as he starts running after her. Wait up now! Lyrel, you just neum through this place. You just neum. As you're, even though this place is like very confusing, very labyrinthian, you swear that sometimes, you honestly swear that sometimes the corridors change. Like, you swear that last time you were down this corridor, it went left instead of right, but you're not exactly sure anymore because this place is weird. Even by REM standards, this place is just weird and
Oh
labyrinthian.
no, I'm not even sure that's legal.
What?
To be weird even by WEM standards.
Wait, that's illegal.
Because
But
if her ADHD brain can't map it out, what are they doing?
being very careful.
Don't ask.
But the main issue is that this place, a lot of these places look either very same or just different enough to cause, or just different,
Minor confusion.
yeah, minor confusion to you, which
Minor
makes it a bit
confusion.
hard for you to keep track of everything.
Ah.
That's the main thing. It's a weird labyrinthian design. You're not entirely, you imagine that the reason it's this complicated is probably to help negate in case the base is ever found. Like, make it harder on the corpos to raid it in general.
Ah.
Oh.
Well, that's the main theory that both you and Veta come up with. But you are able to move around and find you're able to find the location where the leaf suits are being repaired, and it's a fairly decent sized room where you find what looks to be 10 suits in kind of a Rice, you probably know what I'm thinking of, the Spartan 4 suit up thing.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. In Halo 4 there's this hold on, I'll go grab a GIF or something. Uh,
The ring, the automated armor removal thing.
yeah.
Yeah, the one you see in Halo 4 Spartan Ops.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. It's yeah,
Mhm.
here's an image.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of held up like this.
Oh.
Yeah, the suits are kind of held up like this, but they're not as like full body as this. They're a lot more like in the image with the helmet and everything. But there is like a spined back part. There are protrusions on the back, and you have to admit, very strange legs.
Only
Huh.
But there's about 10 suits in there, and one of them is pop marked, and one of them with much more fancy looking markings on it, clearly to distinguish it as the commander suit, is being worked on by what looks like 3 engineers as they're slowly taking it apart, repairing, either replacing armor pieces, playing servos and stuff like that. And what would you like to do?
But have you considered an integrated overlay mesh between the fastenings?
They'll just like jump up. What? How did a child get in here?
I rewrote your entire security algorithms, so now I have admin for everything.
What? It- Why is a child?
So your operating system wasn't uh utterly failure, but it was about 2 millennia out of date. So I removed it and replaced your OS with Linux, and then replaced your algorithms with Quantum plus plus ones. Now, to say Quantum plus plus is a bit of a misdemeanor because the Quantum plus plus algorithms never actually got off launch. Instead, it's actually the quantum inversion of the plus plus algorithms, but they kept the same name due to PR reasons.
They just look very confused. Like, okay. Uh, how did you get in here, anyways? And as he says that, Commander Egon just runs in, panting. It's okay. The commander said that she can look at the suits.
I'm gonna take my fancy Yavin Omni tool.
Yes, the metal shifting tool.
Yes.
cool.
Yes. So
See,
what?
while Jericho has joint custody of it, one clause of the joint custody is he actually has to show up to take the custody for his time, otherwise Lywell will keep it for the duration.
Oh,
Fair and
God.
valid.
All right. So what are you wishing to do?
So, this week I chose the invent or create as my expertise skill because I was planning on revamping their weapons grid. But this seems more important to Lywell.
All right.
So I'm going to, as Orby's basically 3D mapping and numbering everything in his systems, Lywell's going to strip this thing down to the individual nuts and bolts and then put it back together, but better.
All right. So I will say, give me a hacker fix check followed by
Oh,
an
I thought it would
invent or
hopefully be invent or create because I chose that one as my expertise and I'm trying to
create.
make
Okay.
it better.
Okay. I was gonna say hacker fix to take it apart, then
Oh,
invent or
okay.
create to make it better.
Okay, so one hacker fix. That is a 17.
All right.
And
You're
then
you're able
two
to
invent or
take it
creates.
apart. It takes a little bit.
29.
So, okay, so you're able to take it apart. It takes a little bit because this is a completely, like, there is no equivalent in the REM database for what this is. Like, there is no
Ooh.
equivalent that Lyrell knows of to this. This is complete, honest to God, Pandoran technology. There is no equivalent in HUS history, as far as Lyrello can look at the database.
Oh.
So it takes a little bit to take this thing apart, numbering all the parts. There are clearly some parts of Yavin origin, some parts that are completely human, and some parts you're not even sure, probably a mixture of both. But you take it apart, you lay it all out. All the engineers are just watching you, kind of impressed, as you lay out all the parts.
As this 10-limbed creatures is dismantling the thing with a tool in every appendage.
Yes. And they're just kind of watching, honestly, they are impressed. They're not exactly sure how to respond entirely, but they're impressed, to say the least.
Mm.
So, Lyrel, you set everything down, and looking through it, you find that the biggest piece of Yavin technology on this thing is that the biggest and most complicated piece is the back part, the spinal and upper back part, along with the glove. Those two things are the most complicated and most Yavin origin of all the materials here. You actually have no idea what the glove is. It is obviously using Yavin technology in it, but you can't really wrap your head around the underlying principles. Beyond that, it seems to just, as Commander Egon explained, just manipulate life force.
Lyrel's gonna scan it with her data pad.
Scanning over the data pad, it gives basically the same kind of explanation. One moment, actually, I actually have little notes for this. Let's see. Sorry. I have to just double check my notes.
Oh, good. Dang it, I ran out of wood. I'm building a barn.
Ah, nice.
Okay, here we go. From what the data pad is telling you, that the leaf suit is of Yavin origin. That is entirely undeniable. Or that the arm part of the leaf suit is the Yavin origin. That part is entirely undeniable. The thing is that it is a mixture of very old and new tech. Not only of human and Yavin, but just in general. It explains that the glove is able to manipulate the flow of life energy within organic creatures. Whether it be plant or animal, it doesn't matter. It is simply able to manipulate the flow of life. What exactly that means, you don't know. But what you do know is that it is. But from what you saw, it can do from what you saw out in the field, it can apparently do a lot. So you set that aside and look over everything, and you just smile. Looking at this complex machinery, this technology, both unknown and known to you, you just smile. Veta, you feel disturbance in. You just feel disturbance and shudder go down your back as you realize, as you just sense that the cat is doing something.
Oh, yeah.
As Lyrell, you set to work. And everyone is actually stands back, and some of the technicians are like studying what you're doing, and a lot of what seem to be the pilots are just like standing back in the opposite corner of the bay as you just start working at a feverish pace, putting the thing back together, including new parts, just pulling stuff, just calling in stuff from from Orby and him supplying it all. And you are
Discarding the unneeded components.
discarding what you deemed the unneeded components. And eventually, you...
PB,
Yes?
can I integrate a Glitter Nexus?
Oh no.
What would the Glitter Nexus do?
A Nexus is a flash-produced nanite weapon.
No,
So, what if instead you flash-produce glitter? It has the effect of enemies get 1 accuracy to hit you because you're glittery, making it easier to see, and the nanites and the glitter nanites are designed to improve sensor lock-on. As well,
Hmm.
you can't become hidden because
So
it's
it
just
literally
that glittery.
It literally just makes you easier to shoot.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Why?
Okay, no, for that, give me another event and create.
This is gonna get Egon killed.
Probably.
Well, no, it makes the person you shoot easier to hit.
Oh!
Oh yeah, no, that's what I
You said-
imagined. No,
Yeah.
the enemy target
Yeah.
is what I think she meant.
Yeah, my bad. Did I not say that?
No.
You weren't
Oh,
exactly
I'm
too
sorry.
clear. It's good that we clear stuff like this up.
Yeah.
Give me another event and create. All right. All right. So you just look at this and you just think, it needs more glitter. As in the other arm, you actually implant a kind of glitter bomb nexus. Honestly, you're not. When you finish it, the suit seems a bit slimmer now, and you actually gain a bit more of understanding of what you kind of decide to call the World Tree Glove or the Yggdrasil Glove.
Iggy's glove.
Iggy's glove. Yeah, you've called it the Iggy glove. One moment. New Yavin technology unlocked. Iggy's glove.
No, not
Yeah.
Iggy's glove. The Iggy glove.
The
Iggy
Iggy
glove.
glove.
Oh boy.
But yes, you are able to. You gain an understanding of this technology. You're not entirely sure if you've ever encountered anything like it before. But you at least have an understanding of it now, which, to be fair, you're actually very excited about. This is the first time you've encountered something like this.
Oh, new tech.
It make the REM brain go burr.
And it's not Union!
It's not Union Tech.
Mm.
So, but yes, this is very much Yavin technology. Not much you are very certain of. But where it come from or why you haven't seen any other examples like it, you're not exactly sure. But you are able to, and as you're kind of like looking over the technology and everything, you kind of apply some of the stuff you've figured out when it comes to other event tech. Mainly just random bits and pieces of knowledge that you've gathered about the technology, and we're able to at least increase its efficiency when it comes to this weird life manipulation stuff. Again, you're not exactly sure how it works. It confuses it confuses even your brain, who even you, who is an expert on given technology, which honestly is very powerful stuff. You're confused by specifically how this piece works. You understand it just does, but how and why eludes you.
It do, but how?
Yeah, it works, but how? Vsauce music starts playing. So, yes, you're able to at least increase its efficiency. Which, which, to be fair,
Oh no.
yeah? What?
Look at my stream.
Oh god, hold on.
Oh,
I just collected my wood harvest.
oh boy.
That's 1,306 wood.
I have 400-pound carry capacity. I'm calling at 4,200 pounds.
How is your spine not dust?
That's a lot.
Like,
It's okay, I'll
seriously.
just slowly do the thing where you move it bit by bit.
Ah, jeez.
But yes, you are able to increase its efficiency, and you actually explain how to do so with the others, with the where the technicians for this technology, and they are actually very surprised how quickly you're able to understand the underlying principles of it. Though in all honesty, they don't fully understand it as well. They just understand how to make it work.
So I'm thinking the Glitter Nexus, it's a system. Maybe it costs 1 or 2 system points, I don't know, but it's something that's applied to a ranged weapon you have. And when you make a successful attack with this weapon, the target is covered in industrial space grade pink glitter. All
Ah.
future attacks have 1 accuracy so long as there is line of sight, and they may not take the hide action.
Right.
You know, it's not too powerful, but it's something.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice little thing. So, you are, but yeah, you are able to do this, and they actually are very impressed by this. Actually, even when the engineer's actually asking you, have you seen this stuff before?
No,
Really? I mean,
uh-huh. This is my first time ever seeing this. It's super exciting. Could I have it?
it. You can't have the commander's suit.
Oh.
The commander, Commander Egon moves up and puts a hand on your shoulder as he says, "The suits are fairly difficult to make." As he kind of waves his hand to the 10 suits in the room. So far, these are the only ones that we've been able to make.
Do you have the schematics?
Yes, but he points to the glove. That part is the most difficult part to make, or even find.
Once we have this whole situation wrapped up, I'll have to bring down the Velociraptor so we can run it through Legion's Nanoforge.
He kind of just looks confused for a moment. What?
Not Commander Veta. Am I allowed to disclose that information?
What?
That, she just sends a quick message over to his HUD. That we have a Yavin Nanoforge above our Dreadnought in orbit. Well, not orbit, outer wing orbit.
I'd prefer if you didn't, but I can't really stop you.
Just another confused message back. But you're the commander. You authorized the disclosure of information.
I would prefer if you didn't, please and thank you.
Veta
Just
just
sends a
very
thumb up.
confused for a moment that, wait a minute, she's actually listening to my orders?
Also, I'm, like, really fucking hungry.
Oh, if you need to go make food, you can. We can take a little break.
I would, but it would take way too long and the session would essentially be over.
Ah,
You not have like little snack 'em?
No.
aw. Yeah, no, no. Okay, we can call session here. I do have some more stuff planned for next, but we could be able to save that for next week. Rice, you go get food.
Alright, fine.
I am not
No
making
one else
you.
kind of showed up anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
Guardy had to get called away, and
Graves
still,
probably asleep.
Yeah, Graves still probably see. He couldn't.
His insomnia has been getting worse. I'm trying to encourage him to see a doctor.
Yeah, like, unfortunately, the main thing I'd suggest for bad sleep habits, mainly being either gummies or melatonin, he can't really get. But, Rice, you go get something to eat and just don't. But yeah, you go get something to eat. We'll
Yeah.
call it here for today, and
We'll
I
still
will
be
do
here
that,
if you
yeah.
show up later.
well, maybe.
Yeah.
Me and
Maybe.
Rice might
Yeah.
go.
I
do something else
gotta-
later.
I'm gonna go get food anyways.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. See you later.